Hey guys, what's up? Today in the Book Lab we are going to be exploring the underground world of Shintaro with Cole and his mini Fire Stone Mech. Although in this case it's a mostly stone mech. So I call this thing a miniature mech, but it really isn't. Like, I'd intended for this thing to be on the same scale as the Hydro Man mech that I made last year, but it just kept growing and, well, here we are. The actual set is 10 inches high, and the set is around 7, so whoopsies on my part there. But the reason for that is because of the cockpit. I wanted a cockpit that could seat 2 minifigures like the actual set. Now the set comes with Kai, but in the show is actually Princess Vanya, who rode along with Cole. And if you want to put Kai in, all you need to do is lift up the retractable canopy there, take off his armor, and also I updated my custom Kai here. This torso comes from the Battle of Atlanta set from the Justice League line a couple years ago. I basically just took one of those torsos and flipped it around. I really like the design because it looks a lot like one of the lion faces that's on the ninja shields from this year. Or maybe they're dragons, it's really hard to tell. And in case you're curious, this is what it looks with armor. I think it looks a lot better, probably maybe even better than the official torso, but I'm just biased towards something that I came up with. But anyway, to put Kai into the cockpit, you just have to lift his hands above his head, then slide him into one of those minifigure dividers that's sitting in there, and then you can close up the cockpit. Now with the second minifigure in there, the cockpit doesn't close as far as it originally did, but it does close enough to at least cover one of the ninjas, so Cole's going to be just a little bit exposed here. And then of course if you want to use Princess Vanya instead, you just need to slide him out, and you can slide her in. I mean, I think that she actually fits just a little bit better, but I think that's because she uses a hairpiece instead of a helmet. And to be honest, I actually wasn't sure that she'd be able to fit in at all with her hairpiece. And if she didn't, my plan was just to give her what I call the Donald Trump hairpiece, which comes from the Brickhead Statue of Liberty set from a couple years ago. I mean, there were some pretty wild adventures when Cole was using this mech, so I feel like that hairpiece probably isn't out of place on her. But overall, I'm really happy with the way this mech turned out. In fact, the only thing that I wish I could improve on it right now would be the swords. They kind of turned out to be way too undersized for this mech, and I'll have to find some better ones in the not too distant future. Of course, the cool thing about these swords is that they do clip into his hands here, and also, if you pull them off and we flip around to the back, I actually added in this handy little sheath here that you can just plug them in for when they're not in use. It was honestly a last-minute feature that I really wasn't intending on adding until like 5 minutes before I started filming, when I looked at the back and I was like, there's really nothing back here and it's kind of boring. I wonder what I could put here to help it out, and voila, here we are. The rest of the mech is nothing too special. It's pretty much just your standard mech, although it does have knees, which is something that most LEGO mechs don't. Well, I guess I shouldn't be bragging too much because these really aren't the best knees. I use those mini little ball sockets, and of course they have of course you can move them around any which way, so they kind of move in ways that knees really aren't supposed to be moved in. But anyway, yeah, this also has some articulation around the upper arms as well, so you can get some cool poses with that. And best of all, it even balances on one leg if you can position it just right. There we go. I feel like that wouldn't be a bad thumbnail image. Probably not the one I'm going to go with, though. But anyway, enough of me rambling on about the mech. You're probably wanting to build it by now, so if you do, feel free to download that part list in the description, gather your bricks, and let's get building. followed those instructions, then you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Maybe in different colors, but that's okay. That's the whole point of Lego. If you don't have the right colors for something, use a different color. Anyway, you already know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that other good stuff. If you have any more build suggestions or whatnot, leave them in the comments below, and I will see what I can do for you. That's it for today. I will see you guys next time.